Carey and I have just arrived at home pool at Chad Lakes, where I've got some unfinished business. Welcome to the Journeyman's Tales. Well, we've been on some very busy roads for the last 3 hours, but as I said, Carey and I have arrived at Chad Lakes. Now, because of the impending travel restrictions in South Wales, we've had to leave early, so not to infringe any rules. But David here has allowed us to come and fish the day ticket lake for the first night, and then we're going to move on to home pool for our 4 nights, midday tomorrow. Now, neither of us have fished Chad Pool before, but I know it's full of some nice scaly beauties, so hopefully we'll get 1 or 2 between us tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be moving on to home pool. That's going to be another big challenge, but I've got some unfinished business there because I blanked there last time, so I'm looking for a bit of success this time. Anyway, this could very well be my last trip for a while, because once back in Swansea I can no longer travel out of the area, so I can't get to my Newport syndicate, and I certainly can't get to the Oxford syndicate. And if the NHS ever get themselves back to normal, I'm supposed to be having some cancer surgery at some point in it all. Anyway, really looking forward to this trip. Really looking forward to catching some of these whackers from home pool, if not out of here tonight. And as usual, as soon as something exciting happens, I'll get back to you. Well, that was a ridiculously cold night last night. There was ice on the bivvy this morning and ice on the unhooking mat. Not a lot of sleeping going on, more shivering than anything else. I think I'm going to have to dig out the thermals from the van tonight. But I did manage to get a small mirror that was looking for its mother, I think, about 12:30 last night. And I think I dozed off about 5 o'clock this morning. And I was literally just about coming round about 6:30, and the right-hand rods went off again, the ones in between the islands. And I don't know, 8-9 pound common. So I haven't blanked, had a couple of fish, so got a few hours left, and I'm going to start packing away, and then I don't know, around about mid-morning going to drift on to home pool once they've packed up on there and gone. And I think the weather's supposed to be getting slightly better, as in more cloud cover coming over and the temperature's going up a little bit, and hopefully the pressure dropping, and maybe get amongst those big girls in the other pool. Well, it's now mid-afternoon on Monday and we've moved on to home pool for the week. Home with the big girls, and I'm on the gate swim, which is where I started off last time. Carey is down on hobbits. Now he's got a few milling around in front of him down there, but they do tend to track backwards and forwards during the course of the day and the night. So hopefully something will turn up this end. Baited up a few spots. I've got a couple of far margin spots baited, which the rods are on at the moment. I've also baited up a couple of near margin spots, which I'll keep an eye on. But it's absolutely roasting at the moment, which you probably can see, but it's more cloudy than it was yesterday. So hopefully the cloud will stay and it won't be so cold tonight. Anyway, fingers crossed for a good result. Last time we were here, that stream was about 3 foot higher in flood. Is this off the top?
Yeah. It came out of the blue, just whomp. This is only £8, not maximum. Oh shit, the dorsal fin. Oh yes. Look at this, who would have reckoned? Who would have thought it? I certainly didn't. It's the same fish as last year, weighing £29, 5 ounces. And it feels it. Off the top. That was 6 in the evening. Oh well. Lots of words. Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? And this is the t'other side, the dark side of the carp. I don't know if I talk nonsense, but there you go. Alright. Thank you, Mrs. Or Mr. Feels like a Mrs. But thank you very much. Oh. that. Come on. Oh. Straight into the algae. You wake up tomorrow morning, still be there. Home pool, I love you.
Well, this is the start of the first full day on home pool. We had a successful evening yesterday about 6:30, just before it got dark. Carey had a 29-pound 5-ounce zip linear, which is again a new PB for him. Strangely enough, it was the same zip linear that he had last time he was here, providing him with a PB. So that was a good start to the evening. About 12 o'clock-ish, I had a strange occurrence on my right-hand rod on the far margin, and that was a golden orph, I think, of about 3, maybe 4 pounds. And then the rain set in. It was torrential rain last night. Fortunately, it hasn't affected the water too badly, because remember last time we were here the rain was really currying up the water and put the fish right off. But there's still a few fish moving around Carey's end of the lake. I haven't seen anything going backwards and forward in front of me yet, but I'm going to put a bit more bait in a little while.
Remember the 8-pound bloody trace. Strong. No way to give up there. This is one of the little ones that was floating around out there. Oh. thought it was in then. It looked tiny in the water, compared with the others, and it's 17. That's gorgeous.
Blinded by ambition.
Well, when you see those lumps, isn't it? I mean, they're huge. Come on, you beautiful fish. You can't be disappointed with that. It's just fabulous, isn't it? Go on. Ooh. Oh, look at the width on him.
Yeah.
He got stuck in the weed again. She is.
Well, that was a very quiet night again. Big old moon out though this time, a little bit colder. Nothing's happened up my end, nothing's happened up Carey's end. There's a few boshing around right up by the house. And they've been boshing down Carey's end since first light this morning. So he's trying to tempt them off the top again, but there's no obvious signs of them getting down on the bait. Now whether they are or not is, I don't know, but I don't think they are. From what you can see along the far bank when you go for a walk, on most of the bait is just still sitting there. Where previous anglers have put bait in on the near side margin, that's still there. The only thing that's disappeared is a patch of maggots, but it's taken 3 days for that to disappear. Anyway, it's due to start raining mid-morning. Whether that will encourage them to get their heads down and start feeding, I don't know, but I'm running out of ideas. So Carey's had 2 off the top, so that persistence is working. I just can't get them to feed off the top at the moment. I've got roach feeding this morning off the top, and that's my limit. Anyway, we persevere. Well, I'm standing underneath this sadly dying willow. I'm watching the big orange one just going up and down the far margins, come through the gap of the big island, away from where Carey is, up to the dot island. Very slowly, I'm waiting for it to go through around the back of the dot island over the baited area. No. Stopping at the island, turn around, it's gone back a bit, heading towards my other baited area. And then it went completely out of sight, and then like a handful of bubbles, like something had hit the bottom and fed. But then he appeared further down, so whoever's with it has gone down and had a mouthful of something. And then he's been patrolling backwards and forwards a bit, and then one went down again. Not on the baited area, maybe from the anglers at the weekend or last week. And then he disappeared, he's turned around, he's gone back up towards the house now. But then there's a couple of small fish taking floaters just in front of me. Presumably the floaters are drifting through from what Carey's been putting out. Most of the floaters I've been putting out, the ducks are dead, but here you go. But I think the carrot's gone up towards the house now, and hopefully he's taken some of his groupies with him. But I mean, the weather's perfect. I can't understand why they haven't got their heads down and started feeding. They're obviously very, very canny fish. But it's due to be raining later on. We've had a few sprinkles, and maybe a bit of rain during the day might encourage them to get their heads down. They obviously know where the food is there. The bait's already out there. They know because they're swimming over the top of it, and it's not very deep where they're swimming. They must know it's there. They're just ignoring it, not in the mood for it. I don't know, but with the rain, there's a small drop in pressure, not a huge drop in pressure, but a little drop could make all the difference. Ooh, she's kiting into those reeds now. Keep it moving, keep moving, come on, come on, come on. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Carey! Now, I know I haven't seen a big fish for a while, but I reckon you could put a saddle on that and ride it to market. How about that for turning your luck around, eh? 39 pounds, 3 ounces. Absolute beaut. Thrilled to bits would be an understatement. Absolutely made up with it, as they say. Whimper. I'm going now. How about that? Good way to go in the evening.
Yeah. And that midnight.
Excellent.
Can I take a
Yep. Hang on, let me have. Not that I'm getting old or anything, but I'm getting old. Not really. It could be Snoopy, but Dave will tell you. This week it's trading under the name of Mine.
I forgive you. Oh, good. Look at this. We just put Paul's monster back. £39, 3 ounce. I sat down there for literally a minute, and the middle rod goes off in the pouring rain. And it's beautiful. What was it? 21 and a half. But it's gorgeous. Little scattery scales all over it. Oh, a beautiful fish. It's about a mad half hour, eh? But we thought as soon as the weather changed, well,
It was all in the plan.
absolutely, yes. Yeah.
We knew what we were doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Right then. Oh, well, fabulous.
Well done, buddy.
Oh, back she goes in the pouring rain. But who cares? Oh, look at that.
Go on, soak him.
Full carp. Full carp. And it's went, oh look at that. Like in slow motion, isn't it? Oh, beautiful picture.
Well, good morning. I think it's Thursday morning. I'm losing track of time. Strange late evening yesterday. I'd gone down to the shed to cook my tea because with the rain I didn't want to cook the tea in the bivvy with the door all closed up. So I had my tea, went down and had a chat with Carey, came back up to the bivvy, got myself settled and bang off the middle rod shot. Just off the dot island. Fortunately for me, it ran this side the island, so it was a bit easier to play it in, and she came in without too much of a struggle. Turned out to be a fish called Snoopy. Absolutely filled to bits with it. Just part way to get myself sorted with that, and then Carey had a 21 pounder. So that was a very busy evening. And then the rain really came in. It was absolutely torrential till about 10 o'clock. And then strangely the clouds just disappeared for a bit. The moon came back out, the stars came out, a bit more cloud came over. But there we are, and the sun's out this morning. It's due to be raining again later on today, but the pressure is dropping. That's the key to it all, I think. It was in the 1012s. It's due to be down into the 990s, or the early 990s. Today and tomorrow, but as I say, we're due for a bit more rain this afternoon. Could do without it really, because the last thing you want is the water to start colouring up. But yeah, I'm much more relaxed now. I think honours are now even. Unfinished business has been finished. Anyway, we've still got another day and a night to go, so hopefully then we'll get their heads down again. I think Carey's got them going on the surface again. Down the bottom end. I just need to get their heads down on the bottom of food up here. Midday on Thursday now. Been a lot more sunshine than I thought there was going to be. They're forecasting a lot of cloud and drop in barometric pressure, but it's much sunnier. I don't know if the pressure's dropped. I haven't got a barometer with me, but nothing is showing up this end of the lake. Carey's had them feeding on the top for a little bit, and then a cormorant has come and messed up his fish. So hopefully once the cormorant buggers off, he'll get them going again and maybe get another one or two off the top. I don't know how he's doing it because I can't get them going up this end. Anyway, we're going to start moving some of the kit back to the van because later tonight or the early hours in the morning, Storm Alex is supposed to be approaching with torrential rain, so I'm going to get as much of the unwanted kit out of the way as possible. And hopefully it could start a party of fish bites, couldn't it, Storm? Terry Hearn would love it, wouldn't he? It never seems to work for me, but we'll see. I'm going to get the rods in now and do a bit of tackle shuffling and then get them out for the afternoon feeding session. That's the plan. For the first 3 nights I've been fishing on a hard spot about 18 inches off the jetty on the far bank, but so far it's only produced the golden north, despite some big fish passing over the top of it. For tonight I baited the middle of the pool with a line of bait stretching from one bank to the other, so any fish swimming past the area should intercept some bait which should lead them into the middle area, an approach sometimes used on narrow canals. Now I'm just waiting for the dissolving foam to pop up. Here we go. Sprinkle a few boilies around the foam. Job done. Well, we're well into the final evening now. It's been quite a warm day, much more sun out than that was forecast. It was supposed to be an overcast, but we've had a fair bit of sun today, and nothing much happening up this end, although they have been drifting backwards and forwards over the baited areas, but they're just not getting their heads down during the day. Carey's had them responding to floaters, but he hasn't had a pickup yet. Anyway, very positive, coming up to bite time from yesterday, although it was drizzling with rain yesterday evening as opposed to a sunny evening. But we're due for rain in the early hours of the morning. I think it's the overtures of Storm Alex apparently arriving, so we're going to be packing up in the wet. But I'm very confident something's going to happen this evening. Just got a good vibe about it. Positive thinking. Don't know where it's weeded up in the island. Well, at least it's come out. Carey! I think it's that big, it just went right round the back of the island. Come up. Oh, I didn't think it was that big, Carey. Where was it? Same off the island, same Snoopy. Oh, yeah. Oh, you bugger. Thought we were winning then.
I'll leave you bring it in. It's going again.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Well done, buddy.
Well done, Paul.
All right. It's only me. About 6 o'clock on the final evening. 31 pounds and 5 ounces. That is definitely business concluded, I think. Buzzing in the vernacular. Oh, bugger me. How about that? Absolutely delighted with that. And beloved's going to be delighted because I'm going to go home in a good mood. You tried, didn't you?
Last night home pool. This is the Thursday, Friday night. Going home in the morning, 3 o'clock and ish, not quite sure. And we have this beautiful, stunning beastie which we've called Scaly both sides. Reducer to put a weight on it, 16.4, and oh, it's absolutely beautiful fish.
Good morning. We've now got to the final morning. As you can see, I'm doing the outro from inside the bivvy because it's absolutely tepping down out there and blowing a hoolie. Storm Alex arrived in the night with a vengeance. But I've had a quiet night. But Carey, who's been fishing really well this week, had another scaly beauty at 3 o'clock this morning. But it's time now to start packing away slowly and wending our way back to South Wales. And indeed back into lockdown, and I don't know when I'm going to be allowed out again. But after 6 months of shielding and various COVID restrictions, it's been a real pleasure to spend some time with Carey this week fishing. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to get involved, please feel free to do so. Oh gosh, I'm hanging on to the lights here because the bivvy's shaking. I don't know if you can hear all this. Anyway, as soon as I can get out again, I'll catch you all again soon. Cheers for now. Here comes the very man himself, sneaking up behind me. Mr. Floater. Anyway.
That could be taken a couple of ways. I flush.